He spent 20 years building his business from nothing. One single product, one single idea. 20 years of early mornings and late nights. Then, overnight, it was all gone. A fake product listing, designed to look exactly like his, destroyed his company's reputation in a matter of weeks. So Marcus Webb took on one of the largest corporations on the planet. And a jury in Portland, Oregon said he was right. $4.1 million. This is a true American story. Marcus Webb was 45 years old when this story began. He grew up in rural Oregon, the son of a farmer and a nurse. He learned early on that hard work was the only currency that mattered in his family. At 22, Marcus dropped out of a business degree program. Not because he wasn't smart, but because he had an idea. He wanted to create a line of natural health supplements made from locally sourced Oregon botanicals. He started Webb's natural products in his garage with just $3,000 in savings and a single product, a cold-pressed herbal immunity supplement called Forest Shield. It took 5 years just to get the product into grocery stores, and another 3 years before it gained real traction. But by the time Marcus was 35, Webb's natural products was generating $2.4 million a year in revenue. The company employed 22 people, all local hires. Forest Shield had built a loyal following. Health blogs reviewed it, fitness influencers promoted it. The product had a near-perfect rating across every platform where it was sold. Marcus wasn't wealthy by most standards, but he had built something real. Something that mattered to him and to his community. And then Glenn Harrington entered the picture. Glenn Harrington was the CEO of NutriMax Global, a supplement company based out of a warehouse in Nevada. NutriMax was not a household name. It was one of hundreds of supplement brands selling on Amazon, most of them unknown. In March of 2021, NutriMax launched a product on Amazon called Forest Shield Plus. The packaging was nearly identical to Marcus's product. The product name was almost the same. The description copied language directly from Webb's website. But the product inside the bottle was different, and it was not good. Within weeks, customers who bought Forest Shield Plus thinking it was Webb's product began leaving one-star reviews. The reviews didn't just criticize the product, they assumed it was Webb's company. Comments like Webb's quality has completely fallen apart and this used to be the best supplement on the market flooded the platform. Amazon's algorithm, which weighs reviews heavily, began to suppress the listing for Webb's actual Forest Shield. The fake product was pulling traffic, and the negative reviews were being associated with Marcus's brand. Marcus noticed the sales drop immediately. In April, his revenue fell by 38%. In May, another 42%. He called Amazon seller support line 14 times over 6 weeks. Each call lasted over an hour. Each time, he was transferred between departments. Each time, he was told the issue was being reviewed. Amazon did nothing. By June, Forest Shield, the product Marcus had built over 20 years, had fallen from a 4.8 star rating to a 3.1. Grocery stores that had carried the product for years pulled it from shelves, citing customer complaints. Marcus had to lay off 11 people, then 6 more. On a Tuesday evening in July, Marcus sat in his empty warehouse and looked at the numbers. His company was hemorrhaging money, his reputation was destroyed, and the company that had done it, NutriMax Global, was still selling Forest Shield Plus on Amazon without any consequence. Marcus made a decision: he was going to fight. He hired an intellectual property attorney named Christine Daly. When he showed her the evidence, the copied packaging, the stolen product descriptions, the customer reviews, the revenue collapse, Daly looked at him and said something Marcus needed to hear. She said, "This isn't just unfair, this is illegal, and we can prove it." The lawsuit was filed in the District Court of Multnomah County, Oregon, in September of 2021. Marcus Webb versus NutriMax Global and Glenn Harrington. From day one, NutriMax's defense was aggressive. Their attorneys argued that Forest Shield Plus was an entirely separate product and that any similarity in packaging was just a coincidence. They argued that Amazon's review system was not their responsibility. That the discovery process told a very different story. Christine Daly's team subpoenaed NutriMax's internal communications. What they found was not coincidental, it was calculated. An email from Glenn Harrington to his marketing director, dated 2 weeks before the product launch, read, We're going to ride Webb's coattails. Copy the branding as close as you can get without triggering a trademark alert. The reviews on their product will flow to ours. And when customers get our product instead, they'll blame Webb. The jury would later describe this email as the single most important piece of evidence in the case. The discovery also revealed that NutriMax had done this before, with at least 3 other small supplement companies. In each case, they had created near-identical products, leveraged the original brand's reputation, and walked away when the original companies couldn't afford to fight. Marcus's company was different. Marcus could afford to fight barely, and he did. Additional witnesses testified during the trial. 2 former NutriMax employees described a business model built on copying established brands. A forensic accountant testified that NutriMax had generated over $6 million in revenue from products designed to mimic legitimate competitors. Then, Glenn Harrington took the stand. Under cross-examination, he attempted to portray himself as a legitimate businessman competing in a crowded market. But when Christine Daly held up the email, the one where Harrington explicitly directed his team to exploit Webb's brand, Harrington's composure cracked. He had no answer. The jury in Portland had heard everything. They had seen the emails. They had seen the revenue charts showing Marcus's collapse. They had seen the evidence of a pattern of business model built on destruction. On July 18, 2023, the verdict was delivered. The jury found NutriMax Global and Glenn Harrington liable on all counts: business defamation, tortious interference, and trademark infringement. The damages were announced. Lost revenue and business damages, $1,800,000. Reputational harm, $1,100,000. Punitive damages against NutriMax Global, $800,000. And punitive damages against Glenn Harrington personally, for $100,000. Total, $4.1 million. Glenn Harrington stood up when the verdict was read. His attorney put a hand on his shoulder and guided him back down. So, where are they now? NutriMax Global was ordered to pay the full judgment. The company filed for bankruptcy protection within 4 months of the verdict. Glenn Harrington stepped down as CEO and he has not appeared publicly since. Amazon, facing mounting public pressure after the case went viral, announced a new policy requiring third-party sellers to verify product authenticity before listing. The policy was specifically designed to prevent what happened to Marcus Webb, and Marcus Webb's Natural Products is still alive. It took nearly 2 years to rebuild a Forest Shield brand. But today, the company is generating revenue again. It's not at the level it once was, but it's growing. Marcus rehired 8 of his former employees, and Forest Shield is back on grocery store shelves in Oregon. Marcus didn't become a millionaire from this verdict. Most of the money went to legal fees and to keep the company alive during the fight. But he kept his business, he kept his team, and he kept the thing that mattered most to him: his name. Marcus Webb spent 20 years building something real, and one corporation tried to take it from him overnight. But here's what Glenn Harrington never understood: you can copy a brand, you can steal a name, but you cannot destroy the person behind it, not if they refuse to stay down. Marcus Webb refused. Justice has a pulse. Subscribe to Story Pulse Pro for more real American stories. Have you ever been the victim of unfair business practices? Share your story in the comments below.